Welcome back, everyone, to the Miami Dolphins franchise here on Madden NFL 19, as today we will be recapping the season number 5 regular season and previewing the postseason, which our Dolphins will be participating in as they won their third straight AFC East AFC East title, I should say, in convincing fashion. No one else really competed. So looking at the rest of the playoffs, the Fins did get the number 1 seed as Houston did lose to the Jets. Broncos and Steelers also in their respective divisions, with the Colts and Chargers as the wild cards. And then the Saints ended up winning their division. They tied with the Falcons. The New York Giants, I believe, get the 2 seed somehow at 9-6-1. And then looking at the stats for the Fins, Tua Tagovailoa had a very nice year. Threw a few too many interceptions, but he did lead the NFL in passing touchdowns. A.J. Dillon had a great year, led the league in rushing yards. Receiving, Devontae Parker had a very nice year. So did DJ Moore. Mike Gesicki had a down season. Last year he had over 1,000 receptions, but Gesicki was banged up for a decent amount of this year, so you can't really blame him. And then the offensive line, Michael Wilhoit allowed 13 sacks, but he's mainly a backup. But other than that, the starters did really well. Very impressed with Jonah Williams. He has not been great in his tenure with the Dolphins, but this season he had a great year. And the defensively, another phenomenal season from the fifth-year man, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Tackles for loss, Charles Harris, and our man, Quantavious October. Sacks, 17 for Carl Lawson. I assumed he had a lot, probably double digits, but at 17, I'm surprised he had that many. Raekwon McMillan with 9.5. 5 picks for Minkah, 4 for Jabril Peppers, 3 for Quan Alexander and Desmond King, and Marlon Humphrey, 2 for Raekwon, 1 for Quantavious, Damon Arnett, and, Cordray Tankersley. Very good season from Ricky Aguayo, and then Matt Hawk, as usual, was very solid. So, Tua was second in the MVP voting, only to Deshaun Watson. So Watson is the MVP. Tua one shy of winning his second MVP of his career. But Coach of the Year goes to Chris Peterson. That's pretty nice to see. AFC Offensive Player of the Year into Deshaun Watson. Tua Tagovailoa in 4th. A.J. Dillon gets the number 8 spot. And then Defensive Player of the Year went to C.J. Mosley. Seemed like for most of the year, Raekwon McMillan was leading that, but he sort of tailed off towards the end. Minkah, Lawson, and Quan Alexander are also in the running. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Raven quarterback Warren Blackburn. Dolphins didn't have any starters on offense who were rookies. And then defensively went to Drayton. Somehow, someway, Quantavious October is not on the list. I don't get that. Best quarterback went to Tua Tagovailoa ahead of Deshaun Watson. Good to see. Best running back ends up going to Le'Veon Bell. A.J. Dillon gets absolutely snubbed. I don't know how Dillon does not win that, as not even getting second, he got third. Best receiver went to Devontae Parker. He had a very nice year, along with DJ Moore, who lands at the number 3 spot. Best offensive lineman goes to David DeCastro. Jonah Williams at number 2. He had a very nice year. Kelsey at 4. Ragnow at 5. Wanahogo at 6. Juwan James at 8. All 5 of our starters there. Best defensive lineman went to Carl Lawson, Nick Bosa, and Joey Bosa, each in the top 10. Best linebacker went to Jadeveon Clowney, McMillan, and Quan Alexander, both in the running. And then best defensive back went to Minkah Fitzpatrick, as Jabril Peppers, Marlon Humphrey also in the top 10. Best kicker went to Justin Tucker. I don't know how Ricky Aguayo was number 8. I thought he had a really nice season. So, looking at guys who got skill points, made Pro Bowl, starting with Tua Tagovailoa, his 3rd Pro Bowl in as many years, winning quarterback of the year, and he's now a 99 overall, the first 99 on the team without extra confidence and stuff. I know Minkah with confidence is a 99. And then A.J. Dillon, his 2nd Pro Bowl, leads the NFL in rushing yards and gets star development. And not to mention, he gets 3 skill points, all 3 of which will go into elusive back. So, good to see him really getting some upgrades. Not that it matters, because it is the last year of the series, but still good to see him progressing. Devontae Parker makes his 2nd Pro Bowl. I'm surprised he's only made 2 in the series. And he also regains superstar development trait. DJ Moore makes for Pro Bowl, his 1st of his career. He didn't make any with the Panthers, and he gets star dev back and is a skill point. So 95 overall is DJ Moore. Him and Devontae Parker are one of the most lethal duos in the NFL. Jonah Williams made his 1st career Pro Bowl. His development trait has not changed. It's always been superstar, so that's good. And want to continue to improve his pass protection. Very good with pass protection this season. Carl Lawson, best defensive lineman of the year. doesn't make for Pro Bowl. That makes no sense. I don't know how you're the best defensive lineman, but still don't make it. Luckily, Raekwon McMillan did make it, his third Pro Bowl. He's been really good in this series. He, of course, played middle linebacker in the first season, then moved to outside linebacker of Quan Alexander, and then Minka Fitzpatrick back in the Pro Bowl, his third, still at normal development trait, which does sort of sting, but doesn't really matter. Jabril Peppers, his development trait went up, even though he didn't make the Pro Bowl, but good to see that going up. And then Ed Oliver, his dev trait went down, but he did make the Pro Bowl, his second in his fourth year of his career. Oliver probably had his best season. Maybe his rookie year he was better, but he had a really nice season. So looking at the wildcard games, Chargers at Broncos, Bucks at Packers, Colts at Steelers, and then Falcons taking on the LA Rams. So looking at the results of those games, soon enough, any day now, the Broncos defeat the Chargers, Packers beat the Bucks. We don't get to play the Steelers, which is sort of sucks. We've had a long rivalry with Pittsburgh. Colts win that one. And then the Rams defeat Matty Ice and the Atlanta Falcons. So, we're going to be taking on the Indianapolis Colts in round 2, a team that we've seen a few times in this series. They still got Andrew Luck, very talented squad, but the name that popped out to me was Bryce Love. Remember when he was on the team back in Season 2? Then he wanted out. We traded him to the Colts, got A.J. Dillon, and I think that worked out for us, as A.J. Dillon's been very good. And Bryce Love is actually the backup to Tariq Cohen, but Tariq Cohen's actually injured, so Bryce Love will be the starter. He is the Colts' only injury. However, we have a few injuries. Mike Gesicki, Quan Alexander, and Oliver all out. Gesicki will be back next week. Alexander and Oliver should be back for the Super Bowl if we make it to either of those games. So that's all in the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave your score predictions in the comments below. I'm going to say 31-23 Dolphins get the win and advance to their third straight AFC Championship. Can they do it? Make sure to find out next time.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Loving plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
Yo, hey, man!